For the past couple of days, my daughter was complaining about her computer as it was getting very bad frame rate while playing Roblox or Valorant. She is only 4 years old and loved these two games. While testing the computer, I found out the GPU was getting very hot, almost 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. It's not going to kill the GPU but definitely going to degrade its lifespan. The GPU I was using on that computer is a Gigabyte GTX 660 with 2GB of DDR3 VRAM. It's not that much, but definitely good enough to run these two games in very high frame rate. I was getting around 140 to 160 in Valorant with medium settings, but with this heating issue, it came down to around 60 to 70 FPS average. Less than half the frame rate I was getting before, and there were some unbearable hiccups which made the game less enjoyable. I took out the GPU and found one of two fans is not working. When I tried to spin it, it was very hard to spin. That happens when you don't clean your computer components regularly. It gets dirty and dirt reaches inside the component like this fan and it gets jammed. After a while, it slows down the fan RPM and sometimes even kills the component. So don't forget to clean your computer. You can clean it monthly. If you can't, at least clean it after 2 months. But if your computer is in a dusty place like a warehouse, you should clean it after a week or so. Now I am going to open the GPU fans, turn over the GPU. It's similar to most 2-fan GPUs. You will get 4 screws, 2 on each side. Unscrew them. Now you can lift up the upper fan portion of the GPU. Disconnect the fan header and unscrew the defective fan. This part is very important. You have to be very careful while opening this kind of brushless fan. The bottom part of this Gigabyte fans is very fragile. I almost broke my fan, so remember, if your fan is very dirty and jammed, it will take much force to open than a clean fan. I had to use a flathead screwdriver to pry it open. After a minute or so of trying very hard, it finally opened. I am using a cotton swab with some rubbing alcohol to clean the internal of the fan. Don't forget to clean the back section of the fan where the motor head resides. There was a lot of gunk inside, so I had to use 2 cotton swabs to clean a single fan. After cleaning is done, we have to use oil on the internals of the fan to make sure it can run at its full speed. You can use very little grease. Instead, I'm going to use some coconut oil. It works great. Now put the back part on as you opened it. As you can see, the fan runs much faster, even faster than the other fan. Wow! Now it's time to open the heatsink. As we already opened the fan of the GPU, why not use some new thermal paste? Opening the heatsink is very easy. You just have to open a few screws on the back side of the GPU and it comes right off. For this GPU, I had to open only 6 screws. GPU model number and company wise it may vary. Clean the GPU die and also the heatsink. First, you can use some dry paper towel and later some rubbing alcohol to clean the surface for better thermal conductivity. Then use some thermal paste. I know, I accidentally used a lot of thermal paste here. Don't worry, I cleaned the excess thermal paste before installing the heatsink. For this video, I'm going to use my editing PC as the test bench to get the best performance available to me. As you guys already know, I still use a first generation i7-860 as my editing PC. It has 4 cores, 8 threads with a 2.8 GHz base and 3.5 GHz boost. I have overclocked and running it on 3.7 GHz with all cores and getting exceptional performance from it. You can check the video where I build the PC, including all the benchmarks. This GPU uses 6-pin PCI power and consumes around 120 to 140 watts with a full load. After the cleanup is done, the temperature never exceeded 65 degrees Celsius. I am getting around 150 to 170 FPS as it's boosting a little higher than before, which really shows in the frame rate. So, the lesson is, clean up your computer components time to time to keep them in good shape and avoid getting any messy situation like this. That was all for today. See you in the next one.